White's threat to f7 is ineffective in this position. How should black defend and achieve a good game? White can meet knight takes d5. Good start. White captured on f7 anyway. Good work. Black's king. White has chosen a bad moment to castle, and black can start a strong attack. How should you do it? White will meet queen takes f6. Good decision. White attempted to copy black's idea, but black hasn't castled yet, so doubled pawns aren't an issue. What should black play? This is a good capture, but there's a threat that's even stronger. Black is slightly better, but there's a... This is reasonable, but another threat is more useful. Try to find an even better way to target a white piece. There's a better move. Try again and... Black is slightly better, but there's a threat that's significantly... This is a good capture, but there's a threat that's even stronger. Try to find it. Good idea. How should you expose the white king? Black is only slightly better. Try again. There's a better option. Try. White's king side is exposed. How should you take advantage? There's a better option. Try. Black is only slightly better. There's a better option. Save your bishop and make a threat. Black is only slightly better. Try. Well played. White will have difficulty defending the exposed king, and black will aim for a quick mate. Black has a dangerous attack, but white's bishop blocks the g-file. What should you do about it? Good start. How should you continue the attack? White would have been better off sacrificing the g3 bishop. Now black can win white's queen. Keep it up. How should you win material? Well played. This is the sort of trouble that the pins on f. Pinning a knight on the king side is rarely advantageous before the opponent has castled. How can black take advantage of the poorly placed bishop on h4? White should have retreated the bishop to g3. Good choice. What should you do about the pin on f6? There's a better option. Try again and look for a strong threat. Nice move. How should you prevent white from applying more pressure to the pinned knight on f6? The open h-file gives white a winning. There's a better option. Pin the c3 knight. Good work. White won't be able to take advantage of the pin on f6. Eventually, black should convert the material advantage into a win. White's big pawn center threatens to take over the game, but black has a good defensive resource. What should you play? There's a better option. Good idea. How should you save your bishop? White's knight c3 was a risky decision. How can black win material? Good work. With careful play from black, white might struggle to demonstrate enough compensation for the sacrificed pawn. Black's knight on e4 is vulnerable to attack. How should white take advantage? Good move. The only way for black to defend the knight prevents him or her from castling. How should white take over the center? Black wins back the pawn with a good... Capture a pawn with a threat. Great job. White has a dominant center and the safer king. How should black prevent white from dominating in the center? Great move. If black can play the thematic d5 advance, it's usually difficult for white to prove compensation for any sacrificed material. Black has captured too many pawns, and white can win material. How should you do it? Black strikes back in the center with d... Great move. What's next? Well done. White wins material and should win the game. Black's been incautious and white can win material. How? There's a better move. Try again and look. Good start. What's next? Great work. Black has no way to save the bishop and white will win material. How did Gioacchino Greco, the first great master of the Italian opening, justify his immense material sacrifices? Good move. How should you keep up the attack? Black blocks the check with a holdable position. Try again and look for a better move with the bishop. Good work. How did Greco continue to bring pieces into the kingside attack? This is a good move, but Greco... There's a better move. Try again. Centralize your knight to control. Black wins more material, but white's attack is unstoppable. How should you threaten checkmate? This is a good option, but there's an even better bishop move to threaten checkmate. Try to find it. Good idea. How should you keep up the attack? Black's sacrifices won't extend the game for long. How should you win material and prepare to checkmate? Great move. There's only one winning move. Greco found it. Can you? Great idea. What's next? Nice move. What did Greco play to force mate and convince his opponent to resign? Well done. Black resigned in Greco, NN 1620. There's no good defense against white's mating attack.